everybody, and welcome to The World This Week. No chance to find more survivors, Nepal authorities say, as death toll rises. 6 Baltimore police officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray. Clashes erupt in U.S. West Coast cities during May Day marches. And Britain's Duchess Kate gives birth to daughter, both well. These are some of the issues we'll touch upon this Sunday. And I'm joined by Barbara Palrom, Defense News Bureau Chief in Israel. Hi, Barbara.
Hello.
And Alon Pinkas, former advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, and a man of many, many important activities. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you.
And first of all, congratulations.
The 2nd of May, in the year 2015, we welcome with humble duty the second born of their Royal Highnesses, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. The Princess is fourth in line to the throne. May our Princess be long-lived, happy and glorious, and one day long to reign over us. God save the Queen!
Okay, people love that, especially the Brits. Barbara, is this, now they're arguing, is this a political baby?
It's wonderful to have good news. We certainly need it with all that's going around in the world, and we all wish, I'm sure, the royal couple years of happiness.
Yes, of course.
This guy goes home and his wife asks him, "How was your day, honey?" Well, what does he say? What does he say?
I had a baby. But we're in the middle of a campaign in the United Kingdom, of course, and according to many predictions, it's going to be a deadlock, much like Israeli politics in a way. Maybe we'll mention that in a second. Is this where we're going to?
It looks that way. I can only base it on the polls, and the polls show that neither the Tories, the Conservatives, nor Labour will be able to form a government without a coalition. And in fact, you're going to see a so-called hung parliament, a deadlocked parliament out of the 659 members or delegates in the British Parliament. A lot of it has to do with the emergence of the Scottish National Party. Some of it has to do with UKIP, and some of it obviously has to do with the Liberal Democrats. But the era of either Labour or the Tories forming a government, I think, is closely coming to an end.
And that's, Barbara, going to have an impact all over the place with the relations with the United States, possibly with Israel, possibly in the Middle East.
Well, don't forget that even before this, there seemed to be dysfunction and deadlock in the UK. We all remember what happened with Syria and how the Parliament almost disgraced the government by voting down some type of military intervention. So it will be even more likely that there'll be inaction and disarray in the government to come.
There was also a lot of criticism in the last week. I don't know if it's criticism, just observations from the British media of the conspicuous absence of any foreign policy debate in throughout this campaign. And we all know that Britain is no longer a world actor, but it is a permanent member of the UN Security Council, and it is a close ally of the US. And it does have independent foreign policy ideas and policies vis-a-vis the European Union, which is half member, half not, certainly not the monetary union. But it looks as if neither Cameron nor Ed Miliband, who may win the elections, is going to have a major say on foreign policy. So I agree with Barbara.
Much like in Israel, where also we are like a couple of days before Netanyahu has his deadline revoked to form a coalition, and he has a lot of difficulties.
Absolutely. I'm focusing, Alon can provide the intricacies, I'm focusing on defense and strategic relations. This in my mind, the important thing is that Moshe Ya'alon will remain defense minister. I think it's a wise choice. Continuity is needed at this point. I would say, though, that because of the toxic relations at the top between Prime Minister Netanyahu and Obama, that he should start delegating. He's basically shutting out the defense ministry.
Delegating to whom?
Delegating to the National Security Council and to the MOD to have the professionals.
This is the defense minister who called the U.S. Secretary of
And
State
you know
a
what?
delusional messiah.
Isn't it, when taken in context, this defense minister seems reasonable given all the acrimony that has taken place at the top.
The short answer is no, but we could discuss this.
You have probably a right-wing government in Israel forming,
Definitely.
probably, even though it's not final yet. You have the Iranian issue coming up.
Right.
Where are we on that, by the way?
Well, talks are scheduled to resume this week. The idea is to complete a deal by the 30th of June, after which it'll be submitted to Congress, to the Senate effectively, for a 30-day review. By the way, the law stipulates that the 30-day review only holds if an agreement is submitted to the Senate by the 9th of June. Any day beyond that, the review is extended to 60 days, which complicates everyone's life immeasurably.
Barbara, a right-wing government as it is in Israel will be more likely to press for military action towards Iran?
Under Bibi Netanyahu, they might press for it, but I find it very hard to imagine that he'll actually take a decision. When his defense minister was Ehud Barak, and Ehud Barak, as Alon well knows, does know how to take decisions, whether rightly or wrongly, but there was a window there when there was a very real possibility of Israel exercising its military option. I cannot conceive, given the international situation and the internal situation in Israel, of this military option being viable.
Barbara and Alon, it was a pleasure to see you here again. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Before our next interview from Nepal, let's take a couple of minutes to watch this beautiful yet sad video that was shot from a drone over Nepal's capital, Kathmandu. Sad and beautiful at the same time. We spoke with Dr. Bajendra Stirbastava from the Nepalese Army, who joins us from there. Thank you very much.
Hello, Jacob.
What is the situation now as you see it there?
It's been the 7th day today after the massive earthquake that took place on Saturday, and we are having a lot of casualties here. From the first day we had around 300 casualties. On the second day we had around 200. Today we saw about 40 patients coming to our triage area, and we have in total seen 896 patients. Out of them 153 are still admitted with us today till 8 o'clock in the morning.
What is your main concern right now?
Okay, our main concern is because many people have been evacuated from outside Kathmandu. So our first primary aim is to give them the proper treatment and then send them back to their homes. So that is the primary concern right now.
Did you get enough support, enough international support?
Yes, in my opinion, I think we are having quite a lot of support from the medical side. We are having people coming from India, China, Israel, Thailand, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Pakistan. So, and also assisted by these people are our own civilian hospitals as well as our military hospital. So there is a lot of medical support that we are receiving at the present moment.
There were some allegations that the authorities in Nepal did not move fast enough or efficiently enough.
Well, as far as the medical treatment is concerned, we are giving the best possible treatment to the earthquake victims, whereas there can be some concern regarding the evacuation of people staying in very remote areas. But as far as like we are concerned, we are sending in coordination with the government of Nepal. We have got a center in our army headquarters called the Multinational Military Coordination Center, and they are the coordinating factors for the evacuation of people from all over the places where outside the Kathmandu Valley.
Doctor, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jacob.
Let's take a little break now to look at the beautiful nature around us with the help of a professional photographer and adventurer, Roy Gellitz, who captures wildlife like no one could before. Hello, Roy. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Yakov.
How has technology changed the way we can view animals? How did it help you?
Well, in the last recent years, you can see a lot of improvement, a lot of advancement in the field of technology in the photography business. Ever since the digital cameras caught on acceleration, and you can see the better resolution, higher megapixels, better image quality, and of course everything got a lot cheaper. So it's very easy to get yourself a very good camera. So first of all, the quality is very high. It's much better than previous years during the film era. And also today you can even take images not only from the ground, but also from the air using a drone, a quadcopter. So the possibilities are practically endless these days. Even in past time, that you needed a lot of light to get a good image. Today, with the very high sensitivity of the digital cameras, you can shoot at very low light by using very high ISO and get spectacular images in times of the day that you just couldn't get it before.
So tell me, how do you operate?
So I'm going there every time with a camera bag that weighs about 20 kilograms, and also with another bag for the drone, for the quadcopter. Well, since I'm three photographers in one person. I'm a stills photographer for still images. I'm a video photographer, videographer for the videos that I make. And I'm also doing aerial photography with the drone. So since I'm doing three kinds of photography, I have to prioritize my images. So first of all, I'm doing the stills images. After I'm getting the best stills images I could get, then I switch to video. Then I'm trying to get the best videos I can get. And when I get that, then I have the extra time to do it from the air using the drone.
Well, can you give me some examples of the kind of animals you were able to capture this way?
Well, I shoot every time I'm in Africa. I'm at least 3-4 times a year I'm in Africa. Usually I'm going to Tanzania after the Great Migration. Lots of cheetahs, lions, leopards, and of course the massive herds of wildebeest and zebras. In Uganda, I take photos of the mountain gorillas, the rare mountain gorillas, and the chimpanzees in the north. In the polar regions, of course, the majestic polar bear, which is the land's largest carnivore. It's 3.5 meters, 4 meters tall when it's standing on its rear legs. So everywhere I go, I try to get the best images I can using the gear that I have with me, and of course the time that I have with the animals.
Yeah, and this was Africa, but you also go to the North Pole.
Yeah, exactly.
And they are so different. How do you operate in the cold?
Well, since it's so different, that's what I love about it. because that gives me the diversity, because every time I'm trying to get something different. So in the North Pole, I behave completely different. Usually I'm there on a boat doing a cruise around the northern part of Spitsbergen in Svalbard in the North Pole. And over there, I try to get as close as I can to the polar bears and to the walruses. Every time, everywhere I go, I try to get practically the same. Meaning, I try to get the behavior of the animals, the behavior of the wildlife, and that's how you get the best photos. The technique is a little bit different, shooting in snow versus shooting on the savanna of Africa, but at the end, it's photography and it's wildlife and every animal and its own behavior.
Well, so good luck and thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
And this has been The World This Week. We'll see you here next Sunday. Have a great week.